Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 22, and we are back with Williams for round 3 of season 3. We're heading to the Albert Park circuit in Melbourne, Australia. So after a couple of disappointing races with our challenge mode series, we're back to hopefully winning ways. We've had a pretty strong start to the season, a bit of a mixed bag in some cases as well. We have had a nice result for George. Pierre, with his retirement in the last race, hurt us a little bit, but we're still top of the Constructors' Championship. We are close to the top of the Drivers' Championship. We're still in this fight. I mean, it's very early days, but yeah, we're still up there. So that's good to see. Evening, Farah. Good to see you. Right, so we have 11 days to go until the Australian Grand Prix. Let's see what housekeeping needs to be done before we get started. We've got our breakdown of the inbox. There's nothing important in there. Let's check our car development. Do we have any parts on the way? No, we're 25 days off. What is in 25 days? Let's have a look. So those new parts are going to drop the day of the Imola Grand Prix. All three of them. That's going to be interesting. Right, do we have any points to spend? No, and no, and no. And no points here either. Car development, there's nothing in here. That's getting a bit low. We might need to do a refurb on that at some point. See, an upgrade is 11.5 mil. That's quite pricey. Don't really want to commit that amount of money just yet. Let's check in with the board. Disappointed after Jeddah with only one car finishing. Yeah, there's not really a lot we can do, so let's just advance some time. We have an inbox to deal with. Let's have a look. Our scouting is done. So we were scouting. These look like aero guys. And Ben's a technical chief, I think. So it looks like we're scouting a combination of both. Let's have a look. She's a technical chief. And she's not too bad, actually. I mean, she's a little down on the side pods, but good rear wing, very good suspension. Decent underfloor. Okay chassis, decent front wing. Yeah, she's someone that we can consider in the future. Who else have we got? Obviously, we know about Enrico. We know about Ben. Juno. Let's have a look at Juno. She is head of aero. And, ooh, there's a mixture of stats here. I mean, she's got very strong airflow stats. Low speed and medium speed downforce, very good. High speed, okay. It's not great. Drag reduction's a little bit worse. And then, ooh, very bad on the DRS and not great on the cooling either. So I think I only scouted her because she's actually at Aston Martin. I wanted to see the stats of a regen in an established team. Interesting. She has got some interesting stats there. Right. Let's assign some more scouting then. Why was I looking at those guys? Was there any particular reason? It's been so long. Yes, Simone Resta, we know he's only got a couple of years left on his contract. I guess that's why I was looking to scout potential replacements for him. So let's have a look at what we've got available. Is there anybody else in the young area that I'd like to look at? Jörg Weiss is only a 68, so no. Maybe in a couple of years. Rui Muller, we've already scanned him. Let's go ahead and scan T. Oh, no, it's a contract offer. Don't want to do that. Let's scout him. Let's scout Mike Elliott. And we'll also go ahead and we'll scout out the last in this category as well at the top. There we go. So at least we'll have detailed, information on them. We can compare their salaries, skills, etc., etc. Even if we decide not to approach them. Right, moving on again. The helipad is now fully refurbed. That is good. I forgot to replace some parts. And we've got a Grand Prix in a week. Okay. Let's go to the warehouse. So, I'm working on side pods, an underfloor and a front wing. None of those parts need replacing. So, it's suspension and chassis. I could have started this a week ago. Okay, so new project, manufacture, chassis. It's going to take 7 days to get one. Hopefully that'll be enough. And now we need to do suspension as well. That'll take 5 days. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Can't believe I forgot to do those spare parts at the end of the last Grand Prix. I think I was really tired. Board now have high confidence in our leadership. Excellent stuff. Got a financial breakdown. We don't need to look at that. This is where our car sits right now. Top speed is slipping a little bit, but you can see our acceleration is very good. Our cornering is excellent. Brake cooling still needs more work, as does the engine cooling. Alright, race prep. So, performance targets. Let's have a look at our streaks. Finish position streak 2 in the top 4, so we'll mirror that. Quali streak 2 in the top 5. We'll again mirror that. Oops. And we'll get both cars into Q3. There we go. Fastest lap finish position, blah, 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 blah. We're done. Right. Off to Australia.
Welcome to Melbourne for a weekend of fierce competition. We're a stone's throw from the beach here at the Albert Park Circuit. It might be party mood in the grandstands, but in the paddock, expectations and tensions are high. The Albert Park Circuit is bursting with rapid corners and a long straight where drivers can push their speed to the limits. Good attention to medium speed downforce will likely make beating this beast of a track just a little bit easier. We might still be early in the season, but that doesn't mean we can sit back and relax. Everything is up for grabs, and nothing is certain at this stage. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Formula One.
So we have a little bit of heavy rain for Friday. That could be first practice, second practice, or both. But we're going to have clear skies and some sunshine for both the final practice and quali and the race as well. Let's have a look. Who do I take out the car for today? Let's start taking out Pierre. It's his turn, I believe. So we'll put Ollie in the car, get some experience for him. Let's grab the notebook, my little notebook of 100% setups that I've used in the past. Let's tab back to Melbourne. And there we go. So, let's see. parts. Do we need to swap any parts out? We shouldn't need to. It's only the third race of the season, but we did have that crash. Everything seems to be okay. Yeah, that's fine. Right, let's start with... Ooh, let's go with an 8.5. And we'll go with a 13. A 6.4. A 3.25. And a 0.85. There we go. Everything there is in tolerance. We're going to set up for 20 laps of fuel. We're going to drop the pace onto car 2. We're going to go with a 7.5, a 13, a 7.3, a 3.15, and a 0.5. Everything again in tolerance. We'll go 20 laps, drop the pace, and we are ready to go to practice.
Radio check. Yep.
Evening, Jeremy.
And green light.
So once again, we can kind of ignore the times in practice, at least against the AI, but it's a good chance for us to have a look at how close Behrman is to Russell. It's only his third time in the car, so he's going to be a fair bit slower, but, and also, as well as that, he is also in a car that has an extra 10% damage to its components over Russell's car. So the engine won't be quite as good. It'll be already into its declining phase, but the other components will be fine. Let's see, is anybody running? Oh, no, Teo, I think. Yeah, Teo is actually a named driver, isn't he? So he's running. Yeah, there's no rookies apart from Behrman on the track. Vashaw obviously is contracted. I forgot that Tsunoda was at McLaren on this file. I just got a bit of a surprise when I saw that. We're going to get that wet weather straight away, and it's going to last pretty much the whole session by the look of it. That's quite heavy. That's quite heavy indeed. I might actually go full wets. Let's see, it's not hit yet. We might not need to go full wets. We might be able to avoid it. We're at 95% with car 2. That's a good start. What about Russell? 88. Needs a little bit more work.
How do you feel about doing another lap on this set? All good. Copy that.
Okay, this rain's very late. We're almost halfway through the session. And here it finally comes.
Rain falling now in the pit lane. Yeah, copy.
So let's go ahead and call both guys in. Oh, look at that gaggle of traffic behind all of it. Right, so we need to do a little bit of work on this one. Everything's just slightly off. So, let's have a look. Let's go to an 8. Let's go to a 3.2. And let's leave it at that and see how that works. I'm going to go on to inters and just hope. Actually, let me have a look at the track conditions. It's just going to be damp for a while. We've got heavy rain coming, but I don't know if it's going to last long enough. It's so unpredictable at the moment, the way the weather system works. The rain's only just started and we're already supposed to have had the worst of it, you know, for the last 15 minutes. It really needs fixing. And again, we're just slightly off on this one as well. So for this one, I'm going to go to an 813. I'm going to drop that to that. I'm going to go to a 0.65. That is a setup I have used before that got me 100%, so I'm feeling relatively confident about those changes. And again, we're going to go to inters. Evening, Mr. Water. Farah getting a chuckle out of the word gaggle there. And here comes the heavy, heavy rain. That rain is pretty heavy. And this is useless to me right now. I'm supposed to have a damp track, and yet I've got heavy rain now and more heavy rain scheduled. I'm going to have to go out on wets. Yeah, it's getting even worse, look. I made the right decision to switch to the wets instead of staying on those inters. This is the biggest problem the game has right now, and it seems to have got worse as patches have been introduced. You know, it used to be a little bit temperamental, but usually wasn't too bad. But now it's almost every time we're getting rain, it's completely against everything on the weather sensor. I don't know if they've just made the variance of the weather sensor different, but no, actually we've got a strongly upgraded weather sensor here, haven't we? Well, weather sensor 3. But yeah, I mean, look how different, you know, the conditions are to what we were expected to have at the beginning of the session. The track was supposed to be almost dry by now, a long time ago, and it's still incredibly wet. This is definitely something they need to address with a patch at some point soon, because it is making, I mean, it adds to the chaos and unpredictability for our live streams, but in terms of trying to plan strategy, it just makes it impossible.
Okay, comments on balance, please.
Very, very good job, guys.
We gained 1% from Russell there. It's not enough. We're going to have to do a bit more tweaking. What about Oliver, though? Did we get the 100?
How is the balance, please?
Almost. We just need to tweak the toe, one little click, and then that'll be a 100% setup. Let's call Oliver in. I'm going to click that way and hope that that's correct. And hopefully we don't get rain in the next session.
Unconfirmed, rain stopped.
Good session, well done.
Because that will mess up Pierre's weekend. Right. Pierre's back in the car. Oh, we've got rain. Ugh. Right, I see. So, We did go the wrong way on a couple of items here. The roll bar is now out. That's going to need to be about there, which means we're going to need to pull that back. We're also going to need to pull... Oh, okay. I'm going to need to... Don't think I can... Yeah, it's going to have to be a 5.5 or a 4, even a 4.6 maybe. No, a 5.5. Oh wait, I'm looking at tweaking the wrong thing. There we go. Okay. I'm going to go to a 7.3. I'm moving the wrong slider. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Let's put that back to an 8. So we've got 8, 13, 7, 3, a 310 and a 0.5. That's actually very close to the setup we just took off the other car. Very close indeed. Yeah, there we go. That's almost identical to the setup we just took off the other car. So we'll give that one a go. Run plan, we need... Ooh, with the rain, who knows? Let's go with 28 laps. Gasly, we kind of want to run for the whole session, but I don't know if I'm going to get a full session's worth of running on him. We'll go with 45 laps and hope that the rain's either very long or very short.
How's the radio on track?
It's going to be unpredictable.
Okay, we're rain now.
Yeah.
Now, last time Gasly got in the car after Behrman had been driving it, it completely screwed his number up. This time he does seem to have his number 1 back on the car. That's Russell there. And there you can see our defending world champion, you can just make out the number 1 on his car. It is there. It's tricky to see. It should be in white, because AlphaTauri use white on the front. But the developers have been a bit lazy in implementing the colour of the numbers on the AlphaTauri. Here comes the rain. I feel like Annie Lennox, here comes the rain again. We're going to stay on these tyres. We're not going to dive in and put on full wets. No, I forgot to do. There we go. Oh wow, that rain is really heavy. That's the highest I've seen it for a while, just a fraction under 8.
Rain's just stopped.
Copy.
So the rain has stopped. We can see we're kicking up a huge amount of spray, and the track is incredibly wet. We are tiptoeing through the corners because we're on the wrong tyres. But I bet you it keeps getting wet.
Any comments on balance?
98%, that is better. So a little tweak, probably just to the toe, is all we're going to need. Did we go the right way with Gasly? No, we went the wrong way with Gasly, but we can correct that between sessions. That's easy enough. So now we're in a really strong position with both our cars. We just need to make a minor adjustment to both of them, and they will be perfect. Which is exactly what we wanted.
Someone's run wide.
We're finally getting down to the window where our tyres are going to work properly. Again, the reason why I didn't change them is because, especially with Gasly...
The brakes are really poor.
Yeah, we know, Gasly. I'm working on it.
Now we see the Williams.
The reason, again, is I want to keep that curve on that upward trajectory, that upward climb on his track acclimatization, because he missed an entire session to let Oliver run. So he needs to run long and continuously to gain as much knowledge as possible. Now, if we were to pull him in, obviously that would break that upward increase and set him on a slower trajectory again. That's why I left him out there. Even though he was massively slower than everybody else, apart from his teammate, it didn't matter. He was gaining knowledge on the track. This is why sometimes when the rain stops and I'm still halfway through a run, I will just leave them on inters, even though the track is dry. Because for me, it makes more sense to just burn out the inters and keep the track acclimatization going up at a better rate than it does to come in, pit, use up another set of dry tyres, and go back out and earn a lot less. Even if I am driving faster, earn a lot less track knowledge. Alright, Russell can come in actually. He's got a good chunk of experience on the track now, 78% or so. We can make that change. And we can go to... Ooh, is that too much? That might be too much. Let's just do one click and see if that's right. And we can actually see Gasly's curve has flattened anyway, thanks to that lockup. That mistake has slapped him down onto a lower development again, or lower gain again, which is not great. I was hoping to get about 60% out of him. As long as I can get about 40-50% out of him, that'll be okay. Because we can make the rest up in the final session, which will be dry. At least it's supposed to be dry. Who knows with the way the weather works in this game right now.
Get some comments when you're plugged back in.
Okay, we actually managed to get him back up to 50. That is good. So the wet weather's gone away, and we are going to need to make some tweaks. There we go. That should do that. Compounds. We have got to use up 2 different compounds in this session if we want to keep a nice balance on our tyres. I might just keep the extra set of mediums. A 1-stop is possible here, but usually a 2-stop is quicker because it gives you that option to push. I'll have to think about it. Let's go with another full run of 45 laps. And we can always send him back out briefly on a set of mediums at the end. Let's go with a set of hards for George. And we're going to go with 26 laps. That'll be enough. And off we go.
Radio check, radio check.
Yeah, all good.
That's green light. Watch those curbs.
Copy.
Oh, someone running out of phone battery. Right, so we should reach full track knowledge with Pierre before he finishes his run, which is good. We'll have a little window, by the look of it, to go back out on the mediums, but I might actually keep that extra set of mediums. I've got an idea in the back of my head. And let's have a look at Russell. Yeah, he's going to run to the end of the half-hour mark, and then we can send him out. No, we're going to keep the mediums again. We're going to get through quali with just 2 sets of softs.
Over the balance, please.
Nice job, guys.
We have 100% on
that.
Gasly's car. Just gotta hope he doesn't have another lockup.
Any comments on balance?
And 99. How are we 99 with Russell? We should be 100. Okay, that's annoying. I might just leave it at that though, because he's going to have his bonus anyway. Yeah, he's already got 15 out of 15, look, so that's good. Let's keep an eye on Gasly. What I might do with Pierre actually is I might just call him in as soon as he hits that 15 bonus. It should be any second now. There we go. Again, just save a little bit of extra wear on that car. So there we go. Practice is done. We just got to wait out the clock now. Oh, got a crash. 2 cars out. One of them is an Alpine. I think a Ferrari was involved as well.
Sounds like there's been contact. Let's see what happened there. Let's have another look. Science is the focus here.
Oh, that's a penalty for the
Clearly
Alpine.
see the contact there, and that caused a lot of damage.
Alright, I can put the notebook away now. Before I forget. There we go.
Fail 84, please. Fail 84.
Alright, session is over. And we are good to go. So, Ocon was the driver involved in that collision. He has picked up a penalty. That'll be 3 places on the grid for quali. Our drivers are hot to trot. No parts need to be changed. I'm not going to change the setups in any way. We are going to go straight into Q1.
The radio is good? You can hear me, yeah?
Radio check, okay.
So, how fast can our guys go? We're about to find out. Hopefully we'll get a clear run, and as I say, that Albon comes out. Might get in the way. At the back end of the lap, we might be okay, actually. I think we're going to be okay. Yes, we are, just. So, a 118.1. Let's see what the Ferraris and Red Bulls can do. Oh wow, Magnussen's got a quick lap there. Is that a quick lap or are we just slow? I think he's quick. Leclerc about to start his hot lap. Perez gets out of the way. Perez moves up into third. What can Leclerc do? Ooh, very close. Just a fraction under a tenth off. Ricciardo at his home race, having a disappointing start to his career at Mercedes, continues his disappointing start to his career at Mercedes and is only 15th. He's in danger of getting knocked out here. Look how close the grid is as well. I mean, I know a couple of cars are going to will have been held up, but first to last here is just 1 second. I don't think I've ever seen the field that close in Q1. That's really close. A few late leavers in the garage there. I don't think they're going to get around in time. They're very late going out. They're going to miss the flag. Okay, that's a surprise. So Verstappen, Ocon and Leclerc are not going to improve. They didn't beat the flag. Ricciardo improves to 10th. That's a bit more like it from Ricciardo. Tsunoda is now last, and it's just 0.8 of a second between first and last. After one session, that is incredibly close. These regulation changes have really bunched the field up. So, we're losing Teo, Lando, Mick Schumacher, Lance Stroll and Yuki Tsunoda in Q1. Into Q2, we're going to go with our scrub tyres.
Okay, radio check.
And we're going to wait till the end of the session because we are on scrubs. So I want to make sure I get a clean run. We should still have enough pace to get through. This is a little bit of a risk. If something happens on the final run for everybody and causes a yellow flag, that will potentially knock us out, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. Now I'm a little worried. Are we going to go out in awkward traffic? I think we are. I might have to take manual control here, just to get us into clear air. I badly timed that. So let's turn off automatic mode, just so our drivers will go faster on their warm-up. Get in front of... I think that's for sure in front of us. Definitely need to make sure we're in front of him. And Joe is in front of the Ferrari. We need to clear both of these guys here. Right, we're through past for sure, and the Alpine chasing down the Ferrari. Okay, and we are past the Alfa Romeo. That's good. That was important. That was very important. All right, here we go.
Come on. Copy.
And we got two stragglers coming out late at the end of the run again. They're not going to make it round. They're going to get in our way. Oh, that's not good. We didn't get past the second Aston with the second car either. Gasly's going to get held up. Oh, this is a disaster. Oh, this is a disaster. I timed it so badly. Russell's going to be fine, but Gasly's going to get held up unless he's got enough pace to get past. Hopefully he's got enough pace to at least sneak into the bottom of the top 10. What the hell's going on? Oh god, that's the Alpine that's in the way as well. Oh, oh, this is a mess. I think Gasly's out. I think Russell is in risk of going out as well.
We'll get some comments when you're back in the garage and plugged in.
Russell's through. He's in fourth. What about Gasly? Oh, Gasly's out. He just got stuck behind cars that had no business being on the track. Why did they go out so late? Oh my god, what a mess. So our defending world champion is having a horrible start to his title defence here. He crashed out. He won the first race comfortably from his teammate, and then he crashed out early in Jeddah. And I tried to keep him going for a little while, but ended up retiring the car because it was just way off the pace. It was too far down the order. And now he's out in Q2, and he's down in 15th. Ooh. What a bizarre weekend we're having here, and with the bonkers rain we were having on Q1 and practice 1 and practice 2 as well.
Radio check.
Right, it's making for some, some drama in in our stream. I still can't get over how close the field is as well with those regulation changes. You've got a couple of cars at the front that are very quick, and then the rest of the field is so close. From like 5th down to last. It's half a second. Right, I'm going to try and be better. Sending Russell out here. 118.2, we know we can go faster than that. We've got brand new tyres on. Bottas now takes provisional pole. Now Leclerc with a 118.1. Ricciardo didn't get out of Q2. And I'm going to go early. And have I now gone too early? Hopefully not. Are we going to get another couple of cars going out and missing the flag? Leclerc will make the flag, but he might... I think hopefully we'll be okay. Verstappen's going out late. He might not get time for that run. Magnussen and Ocon again are going to miss the flag. And now they're going to hold everybody else up. I don't know what's going on here. This is crazy. We take pole position. Can we hold it?
Good session, well done.
What can Bottas do? How on earth Zhou managed to get into Q3? I don't know. Bottas can't improve. So we have pole position, but we have one car in first and one in 15th. Wow. Okay, strategy is going to be crazy for this race. Ocon's penalty will drop him down to 10th. We're starting behind Alonso, Vettel, Ricciardo and Perez. Perez didn't get through either. I didn't even realise Perez didn't get through. Look how close he was to getting through as well. Less than what? Less than a tenth. 7/700ths of a second off from Zhou. We're seeing some really bizarre results
Time
here.
has come for these drivers to fight it out wheel to wheel. Race day has arrived.
Williams made short work of the qualifying session here and have been rewarded with strong grid positions to start the race. We saw a reasonably good qualifying performance from Ferrari, and they certainly have a good chance to capitalize during the race. And the race will be taking place under blue skies. That means the teams should be able to apply their strategies without any added complications.
In any case, Melbourne is ready and so are we. So strap yourselves in for the Australian Grand Prix.
Alright, what are we going to do with strategy? Now, I deliberately kept an extra set of mediums because I'm thinking that we go medium, soft, hard to medium. This is my plan. It is going to be quicker than a one stop. But I'm hoping we get a really early safety car. It'll help, maybe help Pierre gain a couple of places. But also, I've got that extra set of medium tyres, so I can immediately switch and go off the hards onto mediums. And just run medium all the way through to the end. That's kind of the my thinking. I don't know how successful that's going to be. We'll just have to see how it all shakes out. But that's how we're going to start. We're going to go hard to medium. Because I don't have soft. Oh, actually, no. I've got softs with Pierre, haven't I? Ooh. So, I've got a set of brand new softs. Do I start on those or do I finish on those? Could I go soft, medium? Is that asking too much? I think it probably is. It is. Okay, so let's start on hards. Let's go to mediums. And then maybe let's look at finishing on a set of softs. We'll keep the softs in reserve in case we get a safety car. We'll stick to the medium. But if we do get a late safety car, Pierre can hopefully charge his way through on those brand new soft tyres. There we go. Fuel-wise, I'm going to take a lap of fuel out of George, but not out of Pierre. I want him to have that extra bit of fuel to push where he needs to. Driver options, we're going to stay as we are. We're starting in 14th. Who... Well, maybe Ocon's had to change a component as well.
We have beautiful blue skies overhead as the drivers line up on the grid. And here we have George Russell. They're in P1. Let's see if they can take advantage of that position. Next for the team, it's Pierre Gasly. Slower than most yesterday, so today they'll be starting from the bottom half of the grid. And we're just moments away now. Get ready for the Australian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Alright, what are we doing against the others on tyres? Everybody, apart from us and Schumacher and Norris, are on the mediums. Can we hold off Leclerc?
Okay, keep it clean.
We
Focus on the
can,
pace.
just. Let's have a look at Gasly. He's down 2 places
Focusing on the
already.
pace.
And I'm still trying to figure out why we started 14th and not 15th.
Very good job, Pierre.
Alright, back up to 15th. Russell is going to control the pace at the front. And being on those hard tyres against everybody behind on mediums could actually be really good for Gasly here, because it could help keep the front runners closer to him for longer. We're getting the slowest tyre out of the way at the beginning here. Now we're going to try and make some moves.
Okay, we need some deploy.
Yeah.
As we go up the inside of Ricciardo. He gets the better drive through the final turn though. Let's give Gasly a little bit of extra push.
Stop the lift off turn 1, please.
Copy.
Albon's all the way up in 6th. Wow. We've broken away from Schumacher, so he will not be getting DRS next lap if we can keep that gap constant. Trying to find a way down the inside here, maybe. And there we go, we're through on Ricciardo again. Oh no, he's still there. But now we have the inside coming round the final corner.
Okay, DRS enabled.
You're doing a good job.
Alright, we're up behind
And a new
Porsche, former
position
teammate.
just gained by Williams.
We are lacking a little bit of pace at the moment because of the extra grip that those medium runners are going to have. So I don't want to overburn all of my batteries straight away. We're going to just stay like this for a couple more laps. I might even go back into recharge briefly. And then hopefully in about 4 or 5 laps time we can really start to move our way up through the field again. We do have really good cornering as well, so we can try and use that to our advantage like that, maybe. Got to be wary of Ricardo, and Leclerc has got past Russell. That was always happening as soon as DRS kicked in on this straight. Oh, we're getting done by Bottas as well. No, we're just holding Bottas off. He's going to get us into the run down to turn 3 though.
Keep your cool, let's keep going.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
We've never had out-and-out dominance with our Williams. We've had a car that's been incredible through corners, but has never been amazingly fast in terms of top speed. And we had real problems with our brakes last year, which we've been trying to correct this year. But once again, we've got a very strong package through the corners. On a circuit like this with some really fast flowing corners, that can be quite advantageous to us. Let's go back into neutral for Gasly now.
Charge off.
Yeah, copy.
See if Russell can maybe reclaim a position. Bottas is going to get Leclerc. Can we get him as well? No, we get tucked up behind him, and I was worried we were going to get boxed in there by Verstappen, but we hold on to third for now. Gasly still here. You can see Albon is just keeping this traffic going. It's so tight, it's going to be so hard to actually make up positions at the moment. I'm going to call off Gasly's tyres as well. No point over pushing those.
You're doing a very good job.
Okay.
Again, I'm just going to be a little bit patient here.
Okay, charge on.
The mediums are going to be faster than us at the moment. We're just, let's say, getting this slow tyre out of the way at the moment. But at some point, I am hoping that we can actually start pushing forward a little bit more. Everybody's getting that slipstream and everybody's getting that DRS though, so it is going to be tricky.
Charge off.
Copy.
Alright, we're pretty much back up to full battery now, which is good. And we're going to start looking to see where we're stronger than Porsche. Where it's going to be the best place to force that overtake, and it might be coming into this next DRS zone. We're going to try and make a lunge into the braking zone.
Copy.
Alright, so we've got the move done. Can we hold it?
Very good.
He's trying to come back at us on the inside. He should be okay, as long as we don't get boxed in by Alonso.
That was a very good lap.
Okay.
Still side by side, this is nowhere to go. There we go, we finally complete the move. I thought we might get Alonso for a second there as well.
Only can use the deploy.
Yeah.
Oh, we get great drive through that corner. Right, Alonso's got us blocked. Want to be as close as physically possible to him here. Let's get good drive out of this corner. Right, we might have him around the outside here. No, he blocked us. Okay, back into harvest.
Okay, charge John.
Copy.
Russell's back up into second place on the back of Bottas, and this little group is breaking away now. It's now a 4-second gap back to Albon. So the leaders are pushing faster, as you'd expect. But it's still close. I mean, look, it's only 15 seconds from first to last, and on this circuit, that is actually quite a big margin. No, quite a small margin. Because the leaders can just fly off on this track. They really can. Especially in the first couple of seasons. Why is there such a big gap to Stroll? Is he just slow? Has he got damage? He might just be slow. Again, nearly a 6-second gap opening up. That's huge. Given the pace that we've seen so far in qualifying.
Okay, good job.
Maybe the McLarens just haven't been able to get past him. They can have a go here. That AlphaTauri has always been fast in a straight line, but it is finally overtaken by both McLarens. So Stroll going backwards here. And we've had a lock-up. And it's one of the McLarens. Oh, are they taking each other out? They have.
2 cars out, a lot of debris.
Okay.
Let's take a closer look. Now let's look at this. The focus on Tsunoda.
Oh, of course it's Tsunoda. Bang, straight into the back of
There's
Lando
the
there.
crash. Mark my words, there'll be questions asked about that later.
Oh, that's terrible. Okay, they're both still going. There is Tsunoda. He's got no front wing. There's Norris. Doesn't have front wing damage by the look of it, but he's going to have some kind of damage to the side of his or rear of his car. There's going to be chassis or suspension damage on that, maybe both. Bottas trying to take the lead back. Russell holds it. Okay, we're 10 laps in, and now we're starting to see a little bit of degradation on the mediums. I think this is the lap we're going to get Alonso.
Charge off.
Yeah.
Okay, we need some deploy.
Copy.
And there's Sonoda in the pits. Norris carrying on. If it is suspension damage and chassis damage, there's nothing you can do about it. He's just got to keep going. Can't change those in a race. Alonso proving problematic, as you would expect. He's tucked up in his slipstream. If we can get a good drive through the next corner, we can try and get him into turn 3. We're going to go around the outside of him. Can we hold the move though?
Keep your head in the game.
Still trying to complete that move, still side by side.
Okay, nice work.
And there we go. Right, we're up to 12th. Farah's finding the love for the game. That's good to see. So we're just going to run a lap or two in neutral. See if we're starting to get a little bit of a pace advantage over those mediums without using battery, because we don't really have much. And then I will look at starting to put more battery back into the car again. Russell's still scrapping away at the front. The gap to Magnussen in 6th between him and Sainz is now 3.5 seconds. The two McLarens are now way off the field. Tsunoda a long way back. Norris is 10 seconds off the back of Stroll. Perez is finally up into the points. We're not far behind that now. And again, this is where we look really quick with Pierre. He's looking aggressive and trying to find that way through again. If we had mediums on right now, I think we'd be a couple of places higher. But like I said, we're getting this slow tyre out of the way. We want to have the pace later in the race when the AI doesn't.
Awesome, keep it up.
Russell retakes the lead.
And a new position just gained by Williams. Let's have a look. Now we see the Williams here.
Just straight past him, look, effortless. And again, we're getting a little, for Farah, we're getting a little gaggle of cars right behind. Bottas, Leclerc, Verstappen and Sainz all separated by just fractions of a second. Go back to Gasly. We're looking comfortable to Alonso. In fact, we might even drop Alonso in a moment. This is where we are so quick through this second sector here. And Alonso's not going to get DRS. So I think we're about to create another break in the train as we try and go around Ocon. Again, just don't quite have enough of a grip advantage yet. But again, Alonso's not going to get DRS here. And, oh, there we go. Bashaw is into the pits already. So we can now try and get a bit of an overcut on some of these guys. He's going on to hard tyres. That's a slow stop as well. Let's start putting some battery back in the car. Ready for when these guys start peeling into the pits, we can then try and push. Porsche just overtook his teammate there. And you can see, even while charging, we are still faster than the cars in front through that section. No one else pitting yet. You're surprised Farming Sim's not on sale. I am as well, actually. I was expecting it to be on sale, but it's every other copy of Farming Sim that's on sale at the moment. 19, 17, and I think even 15. Maybe February.
Nicely done.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Once again, this is the part of the track where we closed right up. Zhou's in 7th. How did that happen? How is he still ahead of drivers like Perez? Sainz into the pits. So, first of the front running group to dive in. Magnussen dives in as well. It's hard tyres for Sainz. Oh, and he gets held. He gets held from Magnussen.
Just keep going, we're in a good place.
Hard tyres. Perez comes in, and that holds him as well. I think Vettel had the quickest, cleanest stop of everybody there. Alright, Gasly now has a real good chance of moving up because Ocon is not in DRS of Zhou. Okay, it's fine that we didn't overtake there because I want the DRS on the main straight. Let's get it to clean air so we can try and use that DRS to power through. Couldn't quite get him under braking. Thought I could do this overtake without battery. Should have used the battery. Alright, we'll get him this lap, and Ocon has now caught up to Zhou.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
Right, is this the lap? Nope, we're blocked. Oh, Ocon switches position in the braking there. That's a little naughty. Not supposed to move positions when you know, under braking. Oh, there's a gap. Can I get through that gap? Can I get through that gap? Oh, I could maybe get both of them. I'm going to get him here, though. Unless Zhou blocks me. We're 3 wide. We're still side by side. Come on, complete the move. Let's put a bit of oomph into it.
Oh, you can use the
Hold that side by side position.
Copy.
Oh, he squeezes us out. This is great racing. Gonna try and punch past on the straight here.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Yes, Ocon is blocked. We're going to go straight round the outside of the pair of them. Beautiful.
Okay, that's good, Pierre, very good.
And we are going to be pretty much a second clear by the end of this straight, I think.
Looks like a good move for Williams.
And the crazy thing is, look how far off the lead we are. We're only 7 seconds off the back of Leclerc. We're only 7 seconds off the podium. Well, a little bit more. No, yeah, 7 seconds off the podium. We're only 7.5 seconds off the lead. That's how close the field is. This is great stuff. This season, if the racing stays this close this season, this is going to be such an enjoyable season.
Good job. Excellent job.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
We're going to go back to the front. Let's take a look at lap times. So we're doing 1:23.6s. Sainz, who has pitted, did a 1:24.4 on the hards. Perez did a 1:23.6, 1:23.7. So we're doing really good pace. Gasly did a 1:23.1, but he did use some DRS, some battery there. Let's see what Gasly can do at the end of this lap. After a lap of clean, clear air running. I just want to see what kind of pace we're doing against those who are on the fresh, hard tyres. See if I can figure out roughly where we're going to come out. It's going to be behind quite a bit of cars, because the field still isn't really that spread out. There's a few stragglers around the back, but there's a big clump of cars in the middle, all very close to each other. Russell does a 1:23.3 to a 1:23.0 from Leclerc with the overtake. Gasly, unimpeded, does 1:23.7. That's good pace. The tyres are at below 60% now. That's good pace.
Advance the race position.
That's very good pace. And I'm wondering if the front runners are going for a one stop. I'm wondering whether I should maybe do the same. Can't really do it with Gasly because I pushed his tyres. I think I'll stick to the predetermined strategies. In fact, I'm actually going to box Gasly. What's the gap behind? Because they are overtaking each other. Still about 1.5 seconds. I'm going to go one more lap and I'm going to pick Gasly at the end of the next lap. As Leclerc pits and Bottas pits.
Okay, we have Bottas in the pits right now. Let's lift off, please.
So these guys are both going mediums. They will not go to the end, so they are definitely going to two-stop. But are they going to go... Oh no, they're going hards, aren't they? They were on mediums. Okay, maybe... Maybe they are going to two-stop. One stop. Not so sure they are, but... I think more likely they might throw on a set of softs at the end. I'm going to sprint Russell. See if I can break the DRS to Verstappen. Didn't even think about that until just now. Otherwise I would have already done it. Verstappen pits anyway. Okay, so let's save the battery. Because we're going to need that when we come out of the pits, I think.
Copy, confirmed.
And the cars behind us are all pitting as well. New fastest lap for Russell. Let's box him. .58, that's not a bad stop. And we are out in 6th. Oh, that's great. We have leapfrogged all those cars in front of us there. And they're now behind us. That's glorious stuff. And we're on a better tyre now. Just got to hold them off through here.
Fernando has boxed.
Ah, there we go. Good stuff. Right. We are looking very good with
Lift off for the
Gasly.
fuel.
Yeah.
We were, what, 12th before the pit stop started? And we've come out in 6th. So that overcut was fantastic. .56, a good stop for Russell. He's going to come out in the lead, comfortably in the lead. Ah, this race is falling into place very nicely here for Russell. And it's been a great recovery for Gasly as well. Just 5 seconds off the pack in front. So let's stick with Gasly. He does have Perez with him, and is actually dragging Perez with him as well. That's okay. Perez overtakes me, I can start to charge the battery back up a little bit, and then I can slingshot past him with DRS again. Having Perez with me is going to be faster than having Schumacher and Verschoor with me. We are kind of helping out Red Bull a little bit here though. Helping break Perez away from the slower cars.
Very good luck.
New fastest lap for Gasly.
Copy.
Excellent stuff. And Perez immediately takes it because he was in the slipstream with an open DRS flap. Norris pits and goes on to mediums. They will not last, so he's going to have to pit again.
Watch for fuel.
Copy.
Fuel saving is something we are probably going to have to do a little bit of. But not yet. It's too early to start that yet. And Russell now takes the fastest lap, and he's gained about half a second, 8 tenths of a second over Verstappen on that last lap. Now Sainz takes it because again, DRS and slipstream. But we're doing their pace using, slipstreaming and DRS in clean air with no boosting at all. That is really good to see. Russell should slowly inch away from the cars behind him. Gasly should hopefully slowly inch up on the cars in front of him. I would like to use some battery to close that gap down quicker. We're too quick for Perez, but we're not quite quick enough to close in on the Ferraris while they're swapping positions. Now they've caught back up with Verstappen and Bottas. Maybe we can start closing them down again. Another fastest lap for Russell, another half a second gained. Perez finally thinking about having a look. And again, he just doesn't have the traction. I could break away from him here, and I'm probably going to, actually. Just going to go for it. Pro out.
Okay, we need some deploy.
Copy.
Going to destroy my battery in the hope of actually getting away from Perez. Stop bringing him with me because he's not getting past me. I'm not able to use him as a respite to recharge. I've got to see if I can break away from him now. It's going to be really tough to do. Need more battery really to be able to break away. but it will bring me closer to those Ferraris. Oh, I think we did it. I don't think Perez got DRS on us.
Okay, Pierre, we don't have enough battery.
Yeah, copy.
No, we didn't. Excellent. So,
We need
let's
a
calm
little
back
bit
down
more
again.
lift-off, please.
Okay.
Now that we've broken away from him. I thought he was just going to sneak DRS on that final sector of the previous lap and have it down the main straight, but he didn't quite make it. Which is great for us. And Russell suddenly is 4 seconds clear of Verstappen. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but yeah, we've got a 4-second lead now. Excellent stuff. There we go, that's good. We are so tantalisingly close to the cars in front, but we have got nothing left with battery to really push with now. Just going to hope we can sneak up. Don't really want to push the tyres any harder if I can. Don't really want to burn any more fuel because we are going to have to do some fuel saving. Might be better to just do it anyway and just get into the slipstream. I'll leave it for another couple of laps, see what Gasly can do, and if he can't close up, I will push him. But you can see how quickly we're starting to just eke out that gap over Perez now. You can see the cars in front are doing 122.4. We're doing 122.1. We are closing. Driver perks in this game? No, there are driver perks in F1 22, not in F1 Manager. So you know, in that, you know, when it comes to contract negotiation, you get any time you get spare surplus cash over your value as a contract offer, you can put it in your pocket and save it. And when you've got enough, you can then use that to buy perks for your drivers, be it your own driver or a driver that you've hired. And so you can reduce engine wear, you can increase feedback to help increase the amount of resource points that are earned during the practice sessions. You can get better answers for interviews, which can have an effect on your different departments for morale and stuff. And what was the other one? Trying to remember what the other one was. I can't remember what the other one was. But yeah, I think there were like 4 that you could choose from. And each one has 3 levels. Oh, it was a claim. You could boost your rate, how quickly you gained a claim, which would boost how quickly you would level your driver up, which would make it easier for contract negotiations and, you know, attract better teams. it would also boost your team acclaim, which would open up, better sponsorship opportunities. Right, we made it. We're back in the train. So let's go into harvest.
Ciao, John.
Let's start getting some battery back into Pierre's car. Start positioning ourselves near the front of this queue. And while I've got some full battery, I'm going to start fuel saving as well. I'm actually going to do that now with Russell. Seeing as we've got a 5.5 second lead,
Lift and coast required.
Let's go ahead and start saving some fuel with him. We can be a passive observer at the back of this train here. Watch the scrapping and infighting ahead of us. Oh, the McLarens are back together. Norris needs to be careful he doesn't get torpedoed by Sonoda again. Let's take a look at tyres. Okay, our mediums, despite the fact we pushed them, they're holding up against some of those hard tyres. Sainz pitted very early, much earlier than Leclerc, Verstappen and Bottas, and I'm now starting to think that maybe Verstappen and Bottas are going to one-stop along with Leclerc, Ocon as well. Schumacher's in the pits. Did he? He was one of the other drivers that started on hards, wasn't he? So he's finally pitting. So this is probably a one-stop for him. Brand new set of mediums going on. It's going to drop in behind Stroll. We almost got a run on Leclerc there. We might still have a run on Leclerc here. Even in harvest mode, we've still got a chance. He's going to get us on the inside though. And we're still pulling out a lead to Bottas, even though we're fuel saving with Russell. That is awesome. We're nearly 3 tenths faster. Alright, we're almost fully charged on battery again. Alright, so partway around this lap I'm going to turn off the battery charge and switch to fuel saving. Oh, god damn it, the Ferraris hit each other and we got caught in that.
Now look at this, it's Pierre Gasly.
I heard the hit just before we got clobbered. I heard the collision of the two Ferraris there.
The team are devastated. They'll be questioning just what happened out there.
We've got a virtual safety car. So both Ferraris have got penalties because of that.
It's a crash, and it's more than one car. Here's the replay. Okay, here's the Ferrari.
Alright, at least we have a VSC. We do have major front wing damage. I'm going to ignore for a second. Let's have a look at what else is damaged. It's just the front wing, okay. We're going to ignore,
Keep an eye on the fuel, please.
We're going to save.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, we'd like
One of
you
my
to
tyres
slow
at
down, please.
54%. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and make his second stop now. So let's pit. It's a little early, but we're going to go on to another set of mediums. We're going to change the front wing.
Box. Need to drop the pace.
Yeah.
So, at least one of those Ferraris needs to pit
Okay, let's go recharge.
for wing damage.
Copy.
I'm not sure about the other one. No noticeable tyre damage. Well, Leclerc's taken a little bit of damage to his tyres. His tyres were comparable to Verstappen and Bottas. So he's taken a little bit of tyre damage. He's going to have to stop again now, I think, at some point.
Yeah,
Staying out now, but when he does pit...
Copy that.
Oh, he's pitting. Leclerc's pitting. That's Leclerc with a broken wing. I thought it was Sainz with a broken wing. So, 5-second penalty before they can start fixing his car, which means we are definitely going to get ahead of him.
VSC ending. DRS enabled. Watch for fuel.
Copy.
Versure takes the opportunity to pit as well. We're down in 13th, but theoretically we are through to the end of the Grand Prix now. Let's
push, come on.
Yeah, copy.
turn off battery. Let's go to
And
balanced.
we have margin to push a little bit more on the tires.
Need to change the strategy here.
Charge off.
Yeah.
These tyres are going to be a bit mushy by the end of the race. But Sainz is out of contention. And we weren't that many laps away from our pit window in the grand scheme of things. We were maybe 4 or 5 laps away from a pit stop anyway. But that has hurt our chances of getting Pierre back on the podium. I think we're targeting 4th place now. Going after Perez again. Right, let's have a look for some battles up and down the grid. Obviously we know about the battle at the front. Let's see what the battles are in front of us. We've got Porsche and Alonso, nose to tail. Then a 3-second gap to Ricciardo. A 2-second gap to this 4-way fight here. Albon again, running well in 6th place. Let's run right on board with Albon. We are 4 seconds off the back of the Alpha battle. And closing all the time. Leclerc all the way down in 16th, having just overtaken Stroll. That collision has destroyed his race. What tyres has he gone on to? He's got to have gone on to medium, surely. Yes, he has. So he's in a similar boat to Gasly. He's got to make those mediums last. He might dive into the pits for a late stint on softs. I'm going to try, even though we've got a brand new set of softs, I'm going to try and stretch these mediums to the end. That's my best chance of closing down 4th place, is to not stop again. We're looking pretty punchy on these mediums at the moment. 1:21.8, over a second ahead of Porsche in terms of lap time. In fact, we're faster than everybody in front of us, even Russell. Even with this slightly reduced tyre pace to make sure that the tyres get there in a decent state. If we do get a safety car, even a VSC, I will probably box Gasly for those softs. I might going to extend Russell's stint an extra couple of laps, just so he's got that extra grip at the end of the race. Again, if we get a VSC or a safety car, I don't have new softs for Russell to go on to, and the wear rate for softs is pretty brutal here. So I don't want to throw on a set of scrubs, because they're already going to be down like 20% grip. Leclerc flying at the moment, desperately trying to make up some positions. He is now the fastest on track. Sainz just dropping further and further off the back of the front two. He's got to have damage. I know he's isolated, he's not got DRS to help him, but he's got to have some damage after that crash. He is just bleeding time to the front runners, and I think Perez is catching him as well. Yeah, Perez is much faster than him. Oh no, Perez is actually slower than him. I'm talking out my ass, ignore me.
Sainz in the pits.
Sainz pits, so there we go. And that's one of the Alphas out the way for us. Oh, that's even better. Unfortunately, the one that pitted is not the one that had DRS though. That's not so good. Perez, Sainz, Magnussen, Porsche, Albon, Vettel, all in the pits. How far behind the front runners are we? 26 seconds behind Bottas and Verstappen. It's not inconceivable that we could maybe get back on the podium. if they stop again. It depends when they stop and what tyres they go onto. If they go onto softs, probably not. If they go onto mediums, maybe.
Very good job.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Alright, let's have a look. Sainz has gone mediums. Yeah. 17 laps was too much for softs. I don't think anybody's on softs at the moment. Yeah, everyone's on mediums. We're going to go ahead and box Russell this lap. And maybe we'll be able to help out our teammates slightly.
So let's box.
Hang on, do I
now,
have...
please.
Oh, I've got new
Box now.
softs. Ooh.
Yes, box.
Forget you got an extra set of softs to give them back. Damn, that means I got 2 sets of softs with Gasly. I could have gone soft and really pushed. No, medium's the better way. Medium is the better choice. Right, Ricardo all the way up to 6th now. So the front runners are probably going to go soft, I think. It's just a question of when they stop now. Russell comes out comfortably in 3rd. He's not going to be able to help Gasly. He's too far back. And that's less time in the pits than I thought. We were, what, 6 seconds ahead? We've come out 11 seconds. I'd say it's, what, 17, 18 seconds for a pit stop? I thought it was more than that here. As Sainz goes fastest. Fighting with Perez. We are going to drag Alonso along with us unless I sprint, which I don't really want to do. Although, it might be worth it. I'm just thinking about as well having Sainz with us as backup for when the front runners do pit. I'm gonna let Sainz, sorry, not Sainz, Alonso. I'm gonna bring Alonso with me as much as I can, because then if the front runners do pit and they come at me with soft tyres, where they'll be faster, that extra cushion of a car behind will help. Joe's in 5th. That just boggles the mind. He's not just in 5th, he's in 5th in an Aston Martin, for crying out loud. Doing a 1:21.6 with Gasly, which is half a second faster than the front runners. More importantly, it's about a second a lap faster than the cars in front of us, directly in front of us. So we're going to get 4th place with Gasly, but if the front runners do pit, we're on for a podium. Because we are closing enough at this rate, I think. We're 24 seconds off. That's not enough yet. So we need to get that gap down to about 18, 19 seconds. And then we can hopefully stay in that fight. What I wouldn't give for a safety car right now. And we have now dropped Alonso, and here come the Ferrari of Alonso and Ferrari of Sainz and the Red Bull of Perez. They are closing us down. They're lapping faster than we are. They're pushing harder. Maybe now that we dropped Alonso, we won't drive quite so defensively. Maybe that'll help us. We are coming up to the group in front. Russell is just steaming up to the back of the cars in front. I am going to push with Russell for a lap, just to get the fastest lap away from Sainz. That extra point will be important if we want to defend our Constructors' Championship.
Keep an eye on the fuel, please.
Okay.
We've got it, but that's not enough. We're going to go for an even better lap. That's a 120.8. We can knock another second off that.
Only can use the deploy.
Okay.
Russell absolutely flying. And that's Ricardo. Can we get Zhou as well? And Russell just did a 119.
Good job, Pierre.
I think. Oh, 120.0. So we gained 0.8 of a second. So yeah, we were almost.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Okay, we'd like you to slow down, please.
Almost a second faster on that lap. We did a 128 and then a 120.8 and 120.0. That's excellent. But we're now only just 4 seconds off those front runners. I'm going to charge the battery when we get past them or get up to them, because I do not want to drag them with me. I'll try and get past Zhou before the end of the lap if I can, so I can tuck in behind Ocon. Now you're seeing what I said about the weather. I guess you're getting your own bonkers experience with unpredictable rain. Yeah, it's bad. It really does need fixing. Alright, we're not able to get through yet, but these two are side by side. Zhou's going to have DRS. He's blocked.
Charge on, charge on.
Maybe this second straight. He's blocked again. We're going to need to recharge. I'll drop the tyre pace down a little bit more as well.
Copy.
Sainz and Perez have joined this battle. It's going to get very, very interesting. We're just 2 seconds off the lead, less than 2 seconds now. 10 more laps after this one.
Watch for fuel.
Russell is now back in DRS range.
Just going to recharge on.
Yeah, copy, all good.
Yeah, I mean, it used to be every now and again you would get that weird thing where the predictions were just way, way off. Normally, what you would expect is, depending on the level of your weather centre, your predictions would be similar to what was actually happening, but might be out by a few minutes either way. So it might start raining before you thought it was about to, but it would kind of still follow similarly to what was predicted, just at a different time scale, so slightly earlier or slightly later. And that would be a bit more accurate as you upgraded the weather centre. But then with each upgrade, each update to the game, the weather centre seems to have got more and more inaccurate, to the point where now you just get these freak random weather events that are just so far removed from the predictions, and they're happening more and more frequently.
Awesome, keep it up.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Alright, Russell got back up into second without even trying. That's excellent stuff. Joe finally is going to make a move on Ocon. That maybe moves, leaves the door open for us to have a look. No, not this lap. But we are now pretty much fully charged on battery again. That's good. So let's go back into neutral. Change the tyre pace again slightly.
Okay, you can go charge off.
Copy.
As Russell gets through Bottas again without really even trying. I think Bottas might have DRS on us though.
Okay, well done, mate.
Yes, he does.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Getting down to the squeaky bum time of this Grand Prix.
Overtake available, overtake available.
Copy.
Alright, we're past Ocon. Can we get Joe? Trying to find some clear air to make the move. It's going to full deployment now. Around the outside here.
Okay.
Ah, yeah, comfortably swooped around him there. Russell's now fully charged, so we're going to sprint,
Let's go recharge off.
break away from the front runners. We're back up to 4th, but it looks as though the front runners are not going to stop, and even if they do, they've got enough of a gap. We got held up behind Joe and Ocon for too long. We weren't able to close the gap down enough, and now Russell's in front. He has dragged them along a little bit for a lap or two, which we are correcting now by sprinting to break away from them. Gasly's now finally in a position to break free, which he's doing. But yeah, even if Bottas and Verstappen pit now, we're in a late dash for soft tyres, they're going to come out in front of Gasly. So 4th place, best we could do with Gasly, but that's still a great recovery considering he started 15th and then got clobbered by a Ferrari, which meant he had to change his front wing and readjust the strategy a little bit. So a fantastic champion's drive to fight his way back up through the field like that.
Copy.
We do still need to save a little bit more fuel. I want to try and create a bit of a gap to Zhou and Sainz, etc. before I do that. I'm hoping Zhou is going to be as obstinate in his defence against Sainz as he was against us, and Sainz immediately goes through. Damn you, Zhou. Let's just make sure we're fuel zero. Fuel positive with Russell. It's not going to take long. Half a lap maybe. He's going to get fastest lap. It's been a fantastic return to Williams for the prodigal son.
5 laps remaining.
He's done everything he's needed to. He just got unlucky in the first race but came through for second. He won the second race. He's winning this race. Fastest lap in both of the last 2 races. I did wonder if you'd catch that, Farah.
No lift and coast required from our side at the moment.
Okay.
Alright, we do need to go into fuel saving for Gasly now, but I am going to just give him a little bit more tyres to help him counteract that.
Push hard, push hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been a supreme drive from Russell. The way he was able to control the beginning of the race on those hard tyres, just staying with them, getting into the lead, keeping the pace going at the right time, and then just the stints he did on mediums, superb, absolutely superb. And Gasly, well, he was a bit slow off the mark at the start of the race, but once he got going, he's been brilliant. This is the driver lineup we should have had last season, really. You know, it would have made the Constructors' Championship a lot less tense. But in a way, I'm kind of glad that the drama of that Constructors' battle went right down to the closing laps of the final race of the season. It really did give us something to fight for all the way through. Here comes Sainz. I haven't got any battery left to fight him with. I'm going to have to pick my opportunities here. I need to stop saving fuel, but I can't. Not quite. Norris pits. So Norris is going to have a Hail Mary moment on some soft tyres.
Laps to go.
Right, there we go. 3 laps, we can do that.
Let's lift off, please.
Okay.
SITV,
Keep an eye on
welcome.
the
Not
fuel,
seen you for a
please.
while. Thank you for the Christmas wishes, and hope you had a good Christmas too. Right, Sainz
Charge off.
is right on that,
Yeah.
right on the cusp of DRS here. Let's see if we can maybe hold him off in neutral. Got a little bit of battery in the car now. I don't know if we've got enough grip left in the tyres. It's close. This is where we're usually pretty quick. He's got more rubber left. He's going to get DRS, isn't he? Yeah.
2
So,
laps
it's
remaining.
not over yet. We do still have some late drama here. That's the tyre situation. Verstappen and Bottas' tyres are rubbish now. We are closing them down, but we just don't have enough time to do anything about the gap. Even though we're lapping a second a lap faster than them, we are struggling to hold back Carlos Sainz here. And he swoops through. Oh no, we held him off. Oh, that was fantastic. I thought that was him through. He's going to get his here though. So we're going to go into harvest.
Charge on. Charge on.
We've got a yellow flag in sector 1. What's happened? Oh, it's a safety car. Did we get our noses
I was
in
off
front? No, we didn't.
Copy.
Damn it. There's
Safety
another race
car,
that's going to finish
safety
behind
car.
the safety car, and we're going to miss out on points through no fault of our own.
DRS disabled.
What happened?
DRS disabled.
Let's see
Is it
what
Perez?
happened there. So let's look at this. There's Sergio Perez.
Oh, don't tell me Ocon's at it again. He did this in free practice.
Goodness me, that
It
a
is. It's
serious
Ocon
collision.
again. Absolutely torpedoing Perez. And Perez is out. Ocon gets a penalty. He's not going to be able to serve it.
Looks like Perez off.
Because this is the... Oh,
Copy.
actually. If he's clever here, he can serve it here under the safety car. Depends on whether or not he gets lapped.
Last lap.
How bad is the damage to his car? No, he's going to make it round to the pits. I was looking at Vettel on the map. So, if he pits this lap, which he probably will do, he'll be able to replace the front wing damage, but more importantly, he'll be able to serve that penalty, which means it won't carry over into the next Grand Prix. If he does not pit, and we're going to watch to make sure what he does, if he does not pit, he will have a 3-second penalty, or 3-place penalty, in the next Grand Prix, and he's not pitting. Do they not have any wings left? They must not have any front wings left. Or maybe they're just deciding not to pit for the points. He stays out and he gets 2 points. He pits, he drops all the way down the order, but he doesn't get the penalty in the next race. Yeah, it's a good trade-off, I think. 2 points for...
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap.
Copy.
Russell, the only car in the safety car, really. Oh no, yeah, just a few back markers there with him, but... I know Verstappen's right behind him and Bottas as well. They're not going to be able to do anything. Big gap all the way back to here. I don't think it's going to let us overtake. We're going to try.
Only can use the deploy.
Yep.
Okay, and that is the checkered flag.
Very, very good job.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we couldn't overtake. We're not allowed to overtake till we cross the start-finish straight start line, which that's a second race this week where that's affected us. It was Canada with Freddie in his Aston, unable to make his overtake at the end to get him into the points, and now Gasly a couple of days later. What a race though! What an absolutely bonkers race, and it's interesting to see how close the field was through quali as well. I wonder if that carries on through the season.
And here today, George Russell making British motorsport proud. A truly well-earned podium here, and a dream come true for everyone involved. And right now, it's the British driver who proudly takes his place on the podium. Alongside them, of course, the other two talented drivers completing today's podium lineup. Williams have got to be happy with their results here. This was good work.
This was an extremely convincing race for them. They're one impressive team, and they deserve to celebrate this properly.
After an intense weekend, the team ends in first place in the constructor standings.
Now the teams will be looking ahead to Imola, where the season progresses with the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Get ready for some fierce competition.
And we have new parts coming for Imola as well. Right, let's have a look at the final rundown. Russell wins from pole. Never looked threatened at any real point. Comfortably fastest in terms of fastest lap as well. Max up 2 places to get second. Bottas on the podium in third. Sainz improves. Gasly up 9 places after that awful qualifying where he started 14th. Comes back to 5th place, and that is despite getting hit by one of the Ferraris and having to stop and change his wing and change tyres early, which meant he couldn't push at the pace he should have been pushing at in his final stint. Very, very good drive from him. Zhou, third, 3 gained places there, finishing 6th. Ahead of Charles Leclerc, Daniel Ricciardo, Vasseur, and Alonso in the points there. Great points for Aston Martin. 8 more points for them. They are having a great start to the season. Leclerc disappointing, down 5 places. That penalty and front wing change that he needed took him out of contention for any real serious points there. Good run for Ricciardo. I think he gets his first points of the season with that race there. Vasseur again looking pretty strong. Fernando up 3 places to get the final points. Disappointing race for Magnussen, down 5 places. Albon looking so good for so long in that race, ended up down in 13th place. He was running in 5th and 6th at one point. And there we see a disaster for Lando, taken out by his teammate, and that ruined his chances. Tsunoda claiming 2 places, mainly because Perez crashed and he took his teammate out. It's the only way he could get further up the grid. Let's have a look at the driver's standings. That is George's first win. I thought he won the last race. Could have sworn he won the last race. Maybe not then. Okay, so who did win the last race? So Gasly won the first race. Okay, so it was Verstappen who won in Jeddah. So George must have come second. But so George gets his first win of the season, and his first win in a Williams, a team he drove for so long, and gets his first W for the big W. 26 points for him with the fastest lap. He's now 2 points clear of Max Verstappen at the top of the table Is George going to wrest the driver's crown away from his teammate this season? On current form, you have to say yes. Sainz stays third. Bottas moves up to fourth with that third place finish. Gasly dropping down a place to fifth. He's a point behind Bottas now. Disappointing start to the season for him. A win followed by a retirement in Jeddah and now a fifth place here. Not the start he was hoping for. Leclerc stays sixth and doesn't get that many points. Zhou up 3 places with that finish for him. He's now just 6 points off Charles Leclerc. That is insane. Ricciardo doesn't get his first points actually. He's already scored some points this season. So he is in 8th place now. Magnussen, Ocon, Norris, Vashaw gets his first points of the season. Moves up to 12th. And Fernando Alonso gets his first point of the season as well. So left to score, it's just Teo, Stroll and Alex Albon. Poor Alex. He deserves better. We have a comfortable lead over Ferrari in the Constructors' Championship. Double Ferrari's points haul for this race puts us 34 points clear. Nice, good margin. Red Bull keeping pace with Ferrari. Again, just 2 points between them still. Mercedes with a nice little return of points. They are on 47 now. 13 off Red Bull, 15 off Ferrari. Aston Martin jumping up to 5th in the Constructors, above Haas there. Good stuff for them. No points for Alpine. Ocon just going absolutely bananas in this race. And torpedoing their chances of any points. Obviously McLaren with a horrible race, nothing for them. Alpha get off the mark, so it's just AlphaTauri left to score. A very quiet race. Only 600 points scored for both our drivers, but their multipliers are slowing down, as you can see, so it's not surprising. Very impressive performance though for Russell. 10 successful overtakes, 14 successful defences, 6 failed overtakes, 9 failed defences. For Gasly, he was really in amongst it. 10 successful overtakes, 15 successful defences, 15 failed overtakes, only 2 failed defences. And obviously we got a good haul of points for Oliver, who now gets a new development point. In the sponsors, well, we failed all of our guarantees. Ugh, that's bad. We lost a lot of money there. We failed to reach Q3 with both cars because we got caught out in quali and made a mess of it. So we also failed the quali position thing. We also failed the quali position streak, which isn't good. And we failed the finish position streak because we couldn't get 4th. If we'd have had 4th, we would have kept that finish position thing going, and we would have actually made a little bit of extra cash to offset those losses. Still, we come out with 4.8 mil. That's not too bad. We have our first vote of the season. Regulation changes for next year. Minor technical regulations will reduce all teams' design expertise regarding the affected parts. This will impact all teams regardless of their car's strengths or weaknesses, so please vote with consideration to the fairness and future of Formula One as a whole. So, chassis-based changes or side pod-based changes. We can either mess up drag reduction on the chassis and have a minimal impact on airflow and drag reduction on the side pods, or we can go the other way. We can have minimal impact on the airflow and drag reduction on the chassis and big impact on the side pods. I am going to go with chassis based changes because it only affects 2 things, not 3. Right, we are 11 days away from the next Grand Prix. We know we've got new parts coming. Let's just go ahead and allocate Oliver's braking point. There we go. Do we have any points for our staff? Yes, Resta has a new point. Let's see. Chassis is going to take a hit next season, so let's put a point into chassis. Tondi doesn't have a point, nor does Josh, nor does Pierre. So in 11 days we have got new side pods, a new front wing, and a new underfloor, all coming to Imola. So we don't need to worry about replacing the front wing that was broken, because we're going to be emergency manufacturing a lot of parts in 11 days time. But do we need to manufacture anything else? Let's take a look at our warehouse. We are on 3 suspensions and 3 chassis, and we do have one of each of those still going through, so we don't need to make anything. That's quite nice. So that is where we're going to end tonight. It's been another great race for us, a really actually enjoyable race to watch. A lot of drama. Qualifying was so close all the way up and down the field. First to last, separated by just over a second. That's a really close margin. And then we saw some great action in the race. Some little wonky moments for Ferrari and McLaren in particular. But we came through it with another win for George. Another win for us, a first win for George. Pierre with a great fight back. And we sit very comfortably at the top of the constructors, and we also now lead the Drivers' Championship as well. So Williams will be back next Friday. I will be back streaming next Monday with Haas as we continue Logan Sargent's venture as a lead driver in the car. And over the weekend, I'm going to pop up a couple of Alien Fireteam Elite videos that I recorded with some friends on Christmas Day. So if you're looking for some multiplayer fun to watch, then do feel free to check those out. They'll go up over the next day or two. So until Monday, thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 Manager very soon.